Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel and we talk about it in a positive way. Today is Terrifying Tuesday on our channel where we talk about all things horror. And while it is a horror-esque movie, but also a sci-fi movie, we're going to be talking about the new Predator Badlands movie and what the director had to say about the main character. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so we've got to talk a little bit about Predator Badlands because by now you've gotten the first look. You've seen what this looks like. You've seen that trailer. We've talked about it. And a lot of people are wondering why the Predator looks the way he looks and what is the deal with Elle Fanning's character. Is this all important? How does this play in? Because this stuff is kind of important to the fans. They want to know that they're getting something that coincides with what they knew before. Fans don't like it when you change everything around, when you change the look of a creature, when you change the history. Fans aren't for that type of thing. They always sort of want you to remain true to the source material. And this is no different. In this situation, they want to make sure that the director and the writers and the filmmakers of this project are remaining true to the source material. And I can tell you that a new report has come out where the director has explained the difference between this Predator and the ones we've previously gotten. That's right, he has talked about why our new Predator looks completely different. So in an interview with Bloody Disgusting, director Dan Trachtenberg revealed a number of new details about Predator Badlands, including his fresh take on this famous sci-fi hunter. The new Predator is called Deke and is played by Demetrius Schuster Kalamangati. And I know I butchered that name. I have no doubt I butchered that name. To anyone who actually knows how to pronounce that name, I'm sorry I butchered it, but I definitely did. Deke is described as an underdog, the runt of the Predator species. And the Predator movies typically feature the Predators, these alien hunters, in antagonist roles. In this case, Deke selects his hunting ground, a death planet called Kalisk. And it's there that he fights to prove his worth to his father and for acceptance in his own clan. Now it goes on to say Deke clearly has a different design to Predators that have come before him, with some saying he looks a bit more human than expected. Deke is also not as big or tall as some of the Predator villains we've seen in the previous films, which fits in with his runt role. It goes on to tell us he's not alone on Kalisk. He is working with a character played by Elle Fanning. And Trachtenberg said the on-screen relationship between Deke and Fanning's character was inspired by the 2005 PlayStation masterpiece, Shadow of the Colossus. He says, as inspired as I am by movies, I have been very inspired by video games like Shadow of Colossus, where you have the protagonist paired with someone else who provides color and connection, Trachtenberg explained. There's a thing with a horse in Shadow of Colossus that's devastating when you play the game. And so Predator Badlands was a little bit inspired by that in terms of wanting to see the Predator with someone else. This character who's opposite of him, she's capable in ways that he is not. Physically, she's got a real thing I'm excited for you guys to see. But I also want to let eventually some of that speak for itself. Trachtenberg was actually pretty tight-lipped on the connection of Fanning's character with the Alien franchise. He said there's a unique look to that character that is exciting in the pairing of her and Deke. Now, I haven't played the video game he's talking about. I believe it was a PlayStation exclusive. If you played it, let me know what you thought of that, because I haven't ever gotten a chance to play that. But I think that in this case, it could prove to be really interesting, even not having played the video game, just knowing that trope of pairing someone with someone who's a complete opposite for whatever reason, kind of making it to where, you know, there is some sort of inspiration from any other place is never bad. But when you can give somebody an opposite or someone a translator, because we know that he's not going to be going around speaking English. So in that regard, she could be his translator. She could be the face of the humans for the screen, even though she's this android, even though she is this android from the Alien franchise. And yeah, it's pretty much a sure thing that that's what she is. Although they're going to be really tight-lipped and not say anything about it. You've seen the teaser trailer, you've seen the clips, you've seen the pictures. We know what she is at the end of the day, and that's, you know, that's gonna be fun. But I think it's really interesting here that they're talking about the fact that he is a runt, because that says a lot here. That says a lot, because now we know that he is the runt of the species. He's one of the runts, and so he's a lot smaller. He doesn't look quite the same because of his small stature, probably. And yeah, it could explain some of what's going on. I also theorized that I think that he's not a fully grown predator yet, that I think that he has a ways to go before he would gain that stature within their culture, as well as the build we're used to seeing. And if this does turn out to be a couple movies, if this turns out to be 3 or 4 different movies, I can see where we could get him coming back in, playing the part. We could get Ella Fanning coming back in, playing her part, possibly, although we know that in the Alien franchise, it doesn't always bode well for the androids. It just always doesn't bode well for them. Sometimes they make it and sometimes they don't, so only time will tell on her character. Now, the thing about this is that when we look at Alien versus Predator, they could be connecting this to Romulus. They very well could. I find this underdog story very interesting, though. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to watch him try to prove to his father, which if you've seen his father in the trailer, we kind of saw his father in the trailer, what I think must be his father. He looks a bit more like the traditional predator species. So yeah, there is that. I think that we are going to get a story here where this kid is going to prove himself, where he's going to go out and slay this unkillable beast, and I think ultimately he ends up to be the hero. Now, I know there's going to be some people that are worried that it's going to be a very girl power movie. I have no problem with girl power movies, okay, but I don't think this is going to be one. Here's the thing about that. A lot of the haters automatically just assume that this is going to be female-centric, that the girl's more powerful than the guy, that this and that, this and that, and this and that. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter as long as the story is good, as long as the hero is the hero and the villain is the villain. That's what I look for in a sci-fi fantasy movie. That's what I look for in a horror film. That's what I look for in a superhero film, that the hero is the hero and the villain is the villain. How the hero gets there is sort of sometimes irrelevant. Now, ultimately, do I want him to deliver the final striking death blow to whatever this creature is? Yes, he needs to do that. He needs to do that. He needs to do that because he's got to be the one to prove to his dad that he is worthy of being in their tribe. And that's exactly what this is. He needs to prove he's worthy to be in their clan, and he knows this. So yes, he's got to be the hero. And I think that when people say things like, oh, this is going to be where she's stronger than him, I don't think that's going to be the thing. I think that they're both going to have their moments in this movie, and you just have to take it all in and watch it and pray that this is a good movie, because I think it's going to be pretty fun. But that is where I'm going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys are thinking about all of this. Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be bad? Do you like the idea of this being the runt that has to prove that he is worthy to his dad to be in this clan? Do you like the fact that he's going to kill this unkillable beast? Have you played the video game they talked about? And if so, what did you think about it? And do you think that Ella Fanning's character is going to be a lot of fun to watch? Do you think that it's a mistake to bring an alien android into this franchise? As always, we want to know what you guys think, so make sure you are leaving us that comment in the comment box below, letting us know what you think. Also, don't forget to share this video with all of your friends. They're going to want to be a part of this crazy conversation. Make sure you're hitting that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we really appreciate it. Then, Miko says we need more subscribers. And look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're down there, hit that notification bell as well, so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.